Hello, I want to start my video this week with a name for you, Ayala Shapira. I met this young lady yesterday here at the European Parliament. She came over with a group of people from Judea and Samaria. Ayala was with her father in a car when it was attacked by terrorists with a Molotov cocktail. Young Ayala, who's only 14 years old, has got terrible burns, third-degree burns across her body. She has to be covered when going out, and direct sunlight can cause her terrible pain and damage. We talk about heroes. Here is an everyday hero. Here is someone whose name we should all remember. Ayala came here to tell her story. She's a very brave young lady, and she touched and moved everyone. And the story of her and her fellow people from that area of Israel, when they spoke about wishing to work in unity and help all the people of that area with better work, better conditions, freedom to improve themselves and a better life, was a touching moment. And in this week, where there's all the conversation about Article 50 of the Lisbon Treaty being invoked and freedom being discussed in more detail, I thought it was fitting to start with an example of a really heroic young lady, someone who really does actually epitomise what it is to be brave in search of freedom. Now, Article 50 has been invoked, and for the UK that means the start of a journey towards a new, freer existence. Approximately 2 years, maybe even longer, where discussions are going to take place about what happens with our new relationship with the EU and our place in the world. Today, although it's an encouraging day, I don't see it as a day to pop the champagne corks. It's the beginning of a negotiation. After however long it is, be it 2 years or whatever, if we have a situation where we have our fishing waters back, where we have control over our energy and our industry and our borders, and we can really make our own laws and decisions, if we have that, then I'll be popping the champagne corks. In the meantime, there's a huge job of work to be done. And yes, Mrs May and her government are in the driving seat with this. And it's beholden on all of us to wish them well. Whatever side we were on in the referendum, now's the time where we have to wish our government well and hope that with our European friends they come to an agreement which can allow us to trade freely and be good cooperative neighbours. But the important thing is that those of us who campaign for this don't just sit back now. Don't just say, oh, everything's fine. It isn't. What we have to do is now start to show why we campaigned for it, what it was we actually wanted. It wasn't just because we don't like the EU. The EU is full of people who are actually trying to do good things. It just wasn't right for us. What we should be campaigning about now is trying to move forward, make our country a freer, more prosperous and dynamic place to be. I'd like to see a whole range of new ideas coming forward. I'd like to see our country seeing policies coming forward that have freedom in their DNA. Every policy that comes out from every party and every government hopefully will be either revealing a new freedom by repealing the state control over us, or strengthening existing freedoms by more law and order, better defence. That's the way forward. That's the way to make all of this worthwhile, all of the effort and sacrifice that's gone in over a period of decades to get to where we are now. And I know many of you watching this will have gone through a heck of a lot of hardship to get us here. Now we're here, we don't stop. We get back at it and we actually make it worthwhile. Leaving the EU is not an aim and a goal in itself. Leaving the EU should enable us to be a stronger, better neighbour, better friend, better country to live in, and a freer place for everyone to enjoy the benefits of greater wealth creation and also happiness. So I hope that's what we can focus on. And yes, over the next couple of years of negotiation, I wish Mrs May, her government and the EU well to come to a really amicable solution. But that's not the end. And let's all remember that this is really the start of our mission. Those of us who care about being truly free, let's make those efforts continue. Let's not stop now. Let's not sit back and pat ourselves and say, oh, well done, well done. We've done the first part and it's great. Let's go forward now and really make the United Kingdom a wonderful country to live in for all of its inhabitants. Thank you.